Alright, yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to the solar system series known as Up in the Air, where we talk about the air signs up in the air. And based off the title of this video, you're going to know that we're already talking about Venus in Libra. So, Venus in Libra, Venus in Libra, Venus in Libra. So, let's get this shit rolling, right? So, what is Venus? Venus is the planet of love, appreciation, values, as well as how one relates to others. You know what I'm saying? So, with this place in Libra, Venus is at home here. So let's talk about Libra a little bit and let you understand why I made that statement. So, Libra is the sign of cardinal air, which means that it's initiating, creating new ways of how to think and communicate certain ideas. This is why it's, the relationship sign. It's born from the 7th house, which is the house of relating to others, joint adventures, and basically anything you do in a one-on-one relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being the case, Venus, not Venus, Libra it falls in the sun, the planet of expression, what you consciously see from the world. It is away in Mars, the planet of actions, willpowers, aggressions, motivation, and basically any feeling or emotion that pushes you to get your ass off the couch and actually do something. You know what I'm saying? Libra doesn't really like to act on its own. That's why it's always finding itself feeling like it needs to be in a relationship or be with people to actually do something so it can offload and actually have the structure system of support to act on something. Now, Venus is at home in this planet right here of Venus, which is the planet of love, appreciation, values, as well as how one relates to others, which is exactly what Libra feels at home doing, which is why it's so synergistic when it's placed in Venus, because it can do what it wants to do, when it wants to do it, how it wants to do it. You feel what I'm saying? And then it is exalted in Saturn. Saturn is the planet of boundaries, restrictions, limits, as well as how one sees reality, on top of how you create structure for yourself, as well as engage with the external structures created for you. You know what I'm saying? So, with this being all basically the planets that sort of build the archetype of Libra, you can sort of break down how Libra can act in regards to certain planets. You know what I'm saying? So, with it being at home in Venus, this basically means that Libra sort of creates a very homey feel for when they want to relate to others. You know what I'm saying? Because to basically relate to others, you have to have others want to relate to you. So this is where they sort of just like get in that vibration, get into that feeling of being like, hey man, what's going on? How you feel about this subject? And then, it may not be necessarily the contents of what this person says, because it always starts with the energy of a certain subject. So when they carry that energy of just like calm, cool, relective, genuinely appreciative, they genuinely want to be here talking to you, they genuinely want to be here, be like, yeah man, check this shit out, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool, how you feel about it, Like, with a person like that, having that energy coming into a relationship, you want to go in the direction with that person, and then you also, you want to add your own, you also want to add your own little situation and how you feel about a certain subject too, because they make you feel at home, they make you feel comfortable with just, talking about whatever, man, anything you want to do, and especially if it's in like a joint venture that you actually do want to get into, because then it just like, the situation sort of just handles itself from there, because you actually want to be there. They created a space for you to want to be there. And they want to be there themselves talking to you, and they're just like a master of this energy, They know how to relate appreciation. They know how to share subjects. They know how to share subjects that they love themselves, so that they can share it with you. And it just is basically, extra gravy layered on top of the whole meal if you actually love it too, and they can make that happen, Because actually having that situation where they can, create just like a whole group of friends and a whole group of people working on something, this is where the Saturn aspect of this Libra placement sort of comes in, because this is the support that they always wish for in the form that they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I say that they're exalted in Saturn, because the highest possible vibration of relating to people is to have a structure system and a foundation that actually gets them to this point. You know what I'm saying? So this is why Venus and Libra people are so easily relatable, and when they actually create this situation and actually just get to relate to people, they love that, because then they can acquire their foundation to engage with what they may love or appreciate or highly value in any situation across the board. So it's like they get the extra energy of them appreciating a situation with other people, so they get to like basically put energy into what they already appreciate, which is, you know, it's cool, like it's good, like you're just creating a great situation for everybody in that, you know, in that experience. But it's just like they sort of, it's like, I don't want to use like a drug addict explanation, but it's kind of like once they sort of like achieve that high of of like getting all these people into like a, you know, a nice party vibe, being like, yeah man, what's happening, let's all do this together again, you know, it's sort of like they can't go back to just doing something on their own, you know, because Venus always wants to share these like lovely experiences with people. And this is where it kind of gets fucked up, because Libra is at home doing that. So if they don't have that, it feels like they don't have their foundation to appreciate things. So like, it's just like, this is literally the peak planet you can possibly have of the, you know, the partial trait in the archetype of a Libra in general, of where it's like, it's just better to do things with other people. Do you get what I'm saying here? Like, they're just naturally influenced to love having other people around when they do something they really enjoy, and that's just sort of that's the crux of the situation. But they have all the tools necessary to get to that point, so it ain't really that bad. It's just a little subject that if a Venus and Libra person were ever in a situation of isolation, that they might want to be aware of, because it's just how they're influenced to feel. And remember, when you are stuck in the awareness of the fluid that you're in, you are influenced. You are in fluid. You are in the water of a higher being that creates, you know, that directs you to be in the feeling of this certain aspect of experience. You know what I'm saying? So if this is the case for Venus and Libra, you are naturally influenced to feel like you have to relate to others to enjoy what you already enjoy. Not directly because you feel like you have to, but it is an influence that if you don't create a greater influence to outmatch it or learn how to ride the wave in a situation, you can get sort of just like, you know, all soaked and stuck in your own ways of just having to do what you're influenced to do, which is why it's important to know how you are influenced, how this influence is created, and how you're supposed to just like do things on your own. Because this is an important aspect that you need to learn how to do, which is, you can always, you know, sort of like live in bubble wrap, but if you're always stuck in the same situation, sort of doing the same things, there is no opportunity for growth, which is why you need to be aware of the fact that you can't always have people around you getting into the situations of relating to others, you know. I know that's sort of like a tidbit on the negative side of Libra in a way, or Venus and Libra people, but, you know, when you're talking about the energies, you're going to just download what's important to you and what's necessary to talk about at that point in time. Anyways, let's sort of talk about the basic influences of how I came to these conclusions and how you can do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So Venus is the planet. So Venus and Libra, right? Pew. Venus is the planet of love, appreciation, values, as well as how one relates to others. When it's placed in Libra, it is at home. Why do I say this? Well, I'm going to get to that. So Libra is born from the 7th house, the house of relating to others. It's the opposite of the 1st house, where it's not about any of your personal issues, personal experiences, or anything, or just your general aura of state of being. It's all about balancing that with people around you and outside of you, so you can enjoy whatever you enjoy for yourself. That's the Venus twinge to it. So it is exalted in Saturn, the planet of boundaries, restrictions, limits, structure, and how one sees reality. It is at home in this planet right here, Venus, the planet of love, appreciation, values, as well as how one relates to others. It is away in Mars, the planet of actions, willpowers, aggressions, motivations, and basically any emotion that gets your ass up off the couch. In this case, the little loft platform I got going on, so I can actually go do something that is important to me. And then it falls in the sun. So you don't want to have all this attention placed on you. You want to spread this attention around and spread this attention to everybody else that could possibly enjoy this certain subject. And then you also, with the whole Venus-Saturn sort of working together situation through Libra, you know how to basically create this structure system and get this and basically format this attention so everybody can pay attention to something you may love, appreciate, or value. And then, you know, like I said, off of the strength of just the sign of Libra in general and the planet of Venus, you just want to relate these things to other people, because it's better when you have a foundation and then you can have a bunch of people doing it, because it's the most efficient way to show your appreciation towards a subject, which kind of, from a spiritual perspective, this influence gets you to build kind of like an energy ball around what you appreciate. So it's just like you just gain more attention, more power on something that you enjoy, so you can help manifest this for yourself. So the way Venus in Libra, so that's like a little cool like superpower with Venus in Libra, because you know how to leverage other people's spiritual currency to pay towards something that you enjoy. So this is the sort of Aries workaround, where yes, it's playing out as you're focusing all your energy on everybody else, but what you appreciate will always come back to you, because esoterically, you know, as above, so below, it's always opposite, you know what I'm saying? So this is where the Aries energy plays out, of your harnessing all this energy for something you enjoy, something you want to happen, and then basically, I know you may play out as you not liking all this attention down here, which is why you direct it outward towards something you enjoy, but that is still something that you subconsciously programmed to be for you, and all this energy is building up for you, which is why people always pay attention to you, because you are so relatable, so appreciative of other people, that people just naturally feel comfortable and at home with you. And basically, esoterically, it plays out as you just being a giant energy ball in this format, you know, which is the like sort of a Venus type of thing, where it's just like you just get all this energy built up in your appreciation and just like natural loving natures of others. So people will just be attracted to that light and sort of see you. I guess it kind of plays out as like a sort of moon in Cancer or a moon in Taurus situation, because it kind of builds up this energy of just being like comfortable, relatable, and people just naturally feel at home with you, whether you like it or not. But see, the benefit of this is, which is what you may need to learn to do, is you may need to learn how to leverage all of this energy for your benefit, which you do kind of do, but you don't really do any like sort of peer review or refining process with it until maybe later down the line, because you need to learn how to use this energy for yourself, and to learn it you have to be aware of it to begin with. So if you do come across this video, you will gain this awareness, and maybe you'll be able to use it for yourself and figure out what I'm talking about on your own terms, you know. If you do have this sign, maybe this will resonate. You know, actually, this will resonate with you, man. You'll know exactly what I'm talking. You'll be like, oh, damn, that's why people always come up to me, you know. Like, don't let that energy go to waste. Use that shit. Anyways, thanks for watching the Solar System series known as Up in the Air, where we talk about the air signs up in the air. Peace.